up on AgweekTV, will an El Nino weather system disrupt the planting and growing season in the region this year? We'll ask some experts. We'll tell you about new research into whether eating beef can prevent diabetes. As our livestock tour continues, we'll see why this ranch likes raising Shorthorn cattle. And we'll tell you about a new tool that can help you save some money on fertilizer. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. Spring planting is on the horizon, and that means weather is a hot topic. Earlier this month, there was concern among some meteorologists about a super El Nino weather system that could wreak havoc on the weather across the country. But as Jenny Schleck found in this week's AgWeek cover story, the system may not live up to the hype.
A super or even Godzilla El Nino pattern could mean record high global temperatures, floods, droughts, altered storm tracks, and more this year. But North Dakota State climatologist Daryl Richardson is not among the meteorologists making the hyperbolic predictions. And he doesn't expect either La Nina nor El Nino patterns to have much impact on the region.
The growing season, probably very little. I think we would probably be more residual with La Nina effects than El Nino. The transition will probably take the entire summer, and we'll see El Nino in the fall.
Richardson is also director of NDON, the North Dakota Ag Weather Network. He prefers to look at a variety of factors in the weather when making his outlooks.
There is a lot more going on in the world than just a La Nina or El Nino. It might be the biggest component at any one given time, but it's still a relatively small component overall the entire atmosphere. I would use the example of the La Nina this winter. What some people said in the fall and what happened were complete opposite. Again, it's more complicated than just that.
El Nino tends to impact winter weather, leading to, on average, warmer, drier winters in the northern plains. Richardson says a super El Nino is when the central Pacific Ocean is 2 degrees Celsius warmer than average for 3 months. The last one was in the winter of 2015-2016. South Dakota State climatologist Laura Edwards says the same holds true in South Dakota, where El Nino winters tend to be warmer than average. She says there is less impact on precipitation in the northern tier than on the west coast or in the south. So what does it all mean for our spring and summer weather?
Perhaps a little warmer than average, a little drier than average in most locations.
In Fargo, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine or at agweek.com. As spring rounds the corners, farmers need to keep a close eye on crops they have stored in bins as the temperatures rise. Many farmers reported putting their corn into the bin last fall around 17 to 18% moisture. This percentage was not high enough for farmers to run their dryers, but as warmer temperatures arise, that percentage will now need to be lowered. Ken Hellevang, North Dakota State University Extension Specialist and grain drying expert, advises lowering the moisture content down to around 14% if the plan is to store the corn through the summer months.
Anybody that's been up in the top of a grain bin knows that it gets very warm up there just from that solar energy coming in. So we might be sitting, if we're looking at 16, 17% moisture corn, we start adding that solar heat gain, the outside temperatures warming, and things can start deteriorating fairly quickly.
Hellevang says he typically uses the rule of thumb that for every 10 degrees the temperature increases, the storage life for that grain is cut in half. Can eating more beef help prevent diabetes? Research into using a partial carnivore diet to help people who are pre-diabetic is being done by the South Dakota Cattlemen's Foundation, along with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association and the Texas and Nebraska Beef Councils. Ariana Schumacher looks at what they're hoping to accomplish.
A couple years ago at the foundation, we decided that we wanted to take on a project that we felt could make a meaningful effect on beef demand.
So the South Dakota Cattlemen's Foundation joined research into the impacts of a diet centered on beef for people who are pre-diabetic.
We know there are roughly 90 million Americans today that are diagnosed with pre-diabetes. And so all of the anecdotal evidence points towards very positive results for those patients. And so we thought, what a better way to provide some science in an area that all the evidence was pretty anecdotal and an area that we know will have a huge effect on beef demand.
They will compare results of study participants on a beef-heavy diet to those following the old food pyramid. For those on the beef-centric diet, about 70% of the calories they will eat will come from beef.
In terms of carnivore, this probably is not a 100% carnivore diet, but it is a diet that almost all the nutrition is going to be composed of beef in this particular diet.
The nutrition professionals with this study have created meal plans that are easy to adopt.
There is a variety of foods that they can consume, with the majority obviously coming from beef, but they've got the ability to consume eggs, cheeses, a limited amount of fruit, nuts, things like that. And so there is some variety in that study diet. But we feel like the advantages of not only overall health and well-being being a huge advantage, but really as a diet, it becomes, after consumers make that transition, it becomes easier to adopt, because that high protein and fat actually satiates their appetite. They don't get those hunger pains that lead to bad behavior from a dietary perspective.
Eichler says the beef market is ready for expansion, even with the lower herd numbers.
We are at the lowest cow herd, obviously, since the 1950s. The market today, beef demand has been very robust as it is today. But I think as we see the movement more towards whole food diets, beef is in a great position. And so I think it'll just strengthen the case for expansion in our industry.
In Brookings, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
Eichler says it will probably be a year before they have study results to share. Up next on AgweekTV, we visit a Shorthorn ranch in eastern North Dakota as our livestock tour continues.
To me, being part of community means being part of something bigger than yourself.
How we doing?
It's being there for your neighbors on good days and on bad days. I've been a volunteer fireman for 24 years, and I've been a field adjuster with FMNE since 2016. I've had the unique perspective of seeing people at their most vulnerable. In those times, you want to do anything possible to help. I'm proud to be part of a company that's dedicated to service.
Add more bushels to your hopper and money to your pocket by harnessing the power of air with Crary Wind Systems. Whether your beans are chest high or barely off the ground, Crary offers two solutions that add a constant stream of high-velocity air to quickly feed crop back to the auger, eliminating bunching, reducing shatter loss, and increasing your ground speed. Don't let crop conditions dictate your yield. Check out the Crary Air Reel or Crary Wind System today.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Struggling with high pH or salty soils? Your yield doesn't have to. Calcine is a breakthrough soil amendment designed to restore soil health and revitalize crops. It helps balance pH, improve germination and emergence, and remediation of salty soils.
Calcine has always shown an exceptional ability to bring salty soils back to health, and it continues to provide a more balanced pH environment for both germination and emergence.
Call Erickson Custom Operations at 701-371-7184.
Our livestock tour continues this week as I visited a North Dakota ranch that specializes in docile genetics. I traveled to the eastern part of the state and checked out Pearl Valley Shorthorns. Sean Vachel grew up on his family's ranch in Williston, North Dakota, where they raised Simmental cattle. But after he graduated from SDSU with his bachelor's and master's degrees, he brought his herd of cattle to the eastern part of the state, and the rest is history.
This friend had indicated he would be willing to take the cows on lease, and so brought my registered Simmental cattle over to the eastern part of the state, and he began breeding my Simmental cows to Shorthorns, and lo and behold, I'm pretty much all Shorthorns now.
Thatchell and his wife Kimberly started Pearl Valley Shorthorns in 2013 and have great admiration for the breed. They currently run about 70 head of registered Shorthorns.
They're very, very maternal, highly fertile. Like I said, I have a full-time job banking, so I need a low-maintenance operation. I'm gone a lot for work, and so the Shorthorns are extremely easy to work with. Longevity, I mean, the cows, we have some cows back here that are 11, 12 years old, and so they just they stay around a long time. Their popularity is really increased in the last 5 years. Not that they weren't popular before, but a lot more commercial operators are using the Shorthorns for heterosis, and the cows themselves are just wonderful to work with. Very seldom do you have to help them calving.
Pearl Valley Shorthorns participates in 2 commercial sales each year and sell their stock through private treaty. Their genetics can be found all over the country and well into Canada. Pearl Valley Shorthorns has also made a name for themselves, as they have found great success in the show ring, specifically at the National Western Stock Show in Denver, Colorado.
We've done that since 2019, I think, and I guess the claim to fame is since we've been going, we actually haven't been beat. We've won the champion pen heifer.
Our livestock and tours next week. With high fertilizer prices and regulations tightening, Minnesota has rolled out a new online tool to help farmers better track manure nutrients. The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency's nutrient management tool is a web-based system that allows livestock producers to map fields, plan manure applications, and maintain records required for feedlot permits. Farmers and professionals learned about it at a training session recently in Winona. It's one of the several the MPCA is holding. It's meant to simplify manure nutrient planning while helping farmers capture the fertilizer value of manure.
A lot of data entry to start, mapping all your fields, getting your information there, it takes time. But the feedback has been, once I get it in there and I go in there every year and use it, it's pretty easy to use going forward. So initial setup takes a while. There's some tips and tricks you learn along the way.
The new tool is on the MPCA website. Some counties may continue allowing farmers to use the old spreadsheet for now, although it will eventually be phased out. Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll see why swine research is expanding at South Dakota State University.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.
What one-stop shop means to us at North Star Ag is we have a fully staffed service department, fully stocked parts department, as well as the sales department. We're also very mobile. We have service trucks that we can also meet you on the farm. You can have a piece of equipment that you're not really sure what you want to buy. You can come to us at North Star Ag. We can really show you enough selection, have enough knowledge, and have enough price points where you feel good about walking out with your purchase that day.
Feeding your herd shouldn't be complicated. Our power products are made with distillers grains, a natural high-protein source from corn, along with added garlic and yucca for better digestion and overall health. Meet your herd's nutritional requirements through every stage of their life cycle, keeping them healthy and strong all year round. Trusted by ranchers, proven in the field. Visit our website to find your nearest distributor.
It's best to have come in for an uptime, that way you don't have downtime later. For every hour that they're down, that costs them money. Fuel cost, the wages for their hired guys. If they don't get out there at the right time, their crop's too dry, it starts falling off, they start losing their bushels, they start losing money in a sense. You're literally just throwing money on the ground. So their time is precious and crucial, so they'd hate to have the downtime because they have to be out there and get it done as fast as possible. You put a lot of time into an uptime inspection. You know, it could take 10 to 12 hours to thoroughly inspect a machine to make sure that
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
Has the region gotten the last snowfall of the season? Here's Lydia with our AgriWeather Outlook.
Starting to turn a page into the end of March now, so I thought we would look at what to expect for the next couple of weeks as we inch our way into spring. It is looking warmer. The overall pattern is starting to read some above average temperatures, kind of becoming the regular thing, especially the further south and southwest that you are in kind of our tri-state area. Mostly above average temperatures to end March. That doesn't necessarily mean every single day, but again, the overall pattern is leaning in that direction. Normal highs this time of year range anywhere from about 35 close to 50 degrees, warmer out to the south-southwest, cooler up to the north-northeast. Any place that still has snow on the ground will progressively do some melting over the next couple of weeks. Along with that, though, we are looking fairly dry. Below average precip chances here as we finish out the month of March. Again, that doesn't mean that every single day is dry, but the overall theme is to be a little bit drier. The active storm pattern where the jet stream is setting up is staying up to our north into the southern parts of Canada, which leaves places further away from that active jet streak in a little bit of a drier pattern and out to the south-southwest, especially into the southern parts of the Black Hills, southwestern North Dakota, watching out for fire danger, where that's already been a really relevant topic for the past couple of weeks. That all lines up with what we're looking at here on this map, the Climate Prediction Center's outlook for the next couple of weeks, now getting into the late parts of March. So the active storm pattern is going to hover right about here. That can bring in slightly cooler air, just where that jet stream is a little bit closer to, and we see temperatures drop well up into the northeast parts of the country. Meanwhile, out to the southwest, triple-digit temperatures expected through Arizona, parts of New Mexico, the desert southwest, which is above average even for them for this time of year. Closer to home, you'll find that split well above average out to the southwest, where 80s are a potential. Further out to the northeast, things looking a little bit cooler. And then that pattern continues as we turn the calendar into March. So this now takes us all the way to April 1st. Some of these blues on the map start to recede a little bit, and more of the reds, yellows, oranges start to spread their way in, indicating that not only do we keep above average temperatures, but they actually strengthen a little bit late March into early April. You'll see all of that make sense now when we look at the jet stream pattern. Where you notice these arrows, that's where the jet stream is. This is a southern jet stream. We've got a big high pressure system setting up across the desert southwest, bringing those temperatures well up into the triple digits. Closer to home, if we take a peek further to the north, this is that active jet pattern that I was talking about. Can feed in some precip chances right along that, maybe some brushes of a little bit of light moisture. Further out to the southwest, though, especially as this high, this ridge in the jet stream starts to build its way toward us, that's where you'll keep things really dry. Black Hills, southern South Dakota, where drought conditions are already relevant and persistent, expected to continue. And that makes sense even more now when you look at your precip outlook. This would be that active pattern. That's where we'll watch for any sort of kind of passing of a little bit of light moisture. Meanwhile, though, most of us looking at dry conditions to finish out March.
Feeding your herd shouldn't be complicated. Our power products are made with distillers grains, a natural high-protein source from corn, along with added garlic and yucca for better digestion and overall health. Meet your herd's nutritional requirements through every stage of their life cycle, keeping them healthy and strong all year round. Trusted by ranchers, proven in the field. Visit our website to find your nearest distributor.
Struggling with high pH or salty soils? Your yield doesn't have to. Calcine is a breakthrough soil amendment designed to restore soil health and revitalize crops. It helps balance pH, improve germination and emergence, and remediation of salty soils.
Calcine has always shown an exceptional ability to bring salty soils back to health, and it continues to provide a more balanced pH environment for both germination and emergence.
Call Erickson Custom Operations at 701-371-7184.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
If you're thinking about upgrading dryers, which I think in today's world where there's so much more corn around to get a hold of advanced grain, we were able to cover for 20% more acres and probably 20% less time this year, mostly due to the dryer.
Our combines ran longer and harder than they've ever run in the past because we actually had the capacity in the dryer. We're Jason and Justin Top, and we would highly recommend advanced grain handling for any of your grain dryer needs.
What One Stop Shop means to us at North Star Ag is we have a fully staffed service department, fully stocked parts department, as well as the sales department. We're also very mobile. We have service trucks that we can also meet you on the farm. You can have a piece of equipment that you're not really sure what you want to buy. You can come to us at North Star Ag. We can really show you enough selection, have enough knowledge, and have enough price points where you feel good about walking out with your purchase that day.
Swine research is expanding at South Dakota State University. The university received $1.7 million from the state legislature to add more wean to finishing rooms to their swine education and research facility in Brookings. Ariana Schumacher has more.
What's exciting about this project, actually, due to increased cell productivity at our unit here, actually we're short of nursery and finishing space.
The swine industry in South Dakota is growing, and with that, more research space is needed at South Dakota State University's Swine Education and Research Facility. So now an expansion project is underway.
Our swine facility is one of the top of the line here in the country. With our new expansion, we'll have facilities that'll rival any university and definitely any land-grant university here in the United States.
The expansion will be able to hold over 600 wean-to-finish pigs.
This will be fantastic because it'll increase our research capabilities by almost double what we currently have.
In the new facility, they will research different topics the swine industry is facing.
Commodity prices aren't going down by any means, so we really hope to utilize this facility from a nutrition standpoint to understand how to best utilize the ingredients that we have on hand here in the state and around the Midwest, so that our producers are still getting the most bang for their buck out of those ingredients.
As you look at where the swine industry is heading in the United States, South Dakota is probably the most fertile ground to go into it. So when you have the growth of the industry, you also need the land-grant university there, not only for the teaching, preparing the young students to go back into pork production. We need extension to help our current producers, but also this research component is essential to help our producers be the most efficient that they can.
The swine facility is top of the line and used for teaching, research, and extension purposes.
We bring undergraduate students in from our freshman level animal science classes all the way up through our capstone swine production classes, and teach them the basics of swine production here in this facility. Additionally, with that, we bring in undergraduates. We typically have anywhere between 5 to about 15 graduate students conducting research out here at any given time. And then from an extension standpoint, this facility is fantastic.
The South Dakota Corn Utilization Council, South Dakota Pork, and South Dakota Soybean are all a part of the project.
It's really cool to see all those three major commodity groups come together and support what we're doing here at South Dakota State University.
In Brookings, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
They hope to have the expansion done by this fall. Up next on AgweekTV, we'll tell you how you might be able to lasso some money for your farm.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service, all controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
The Prairie Revolution Ditcher is the new standard for surface water management. The Revolution Ditcher leaves a smooth finished 5-foot flat bottom cut and cuts up to 10 inches in one pass. Throw dirt in either direction, up to 165 feet. Now with the hydraulic cross auger to break up dirt and keep you working faster. Check out the Revolution Ditcher at Prairie.com.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
Fertilizer bills cutting into your bottom line? With New Age Farming's Mycomax and Bionic, farmers are already saving $50 to $100+ per acre while building bigger root systems that tap nutrients already in your soil and the atmosphere. Less leaching, more water to every plant, and stronger yields across your acres. See how much you can save. Visit farmfungi.com and check out the Pick Your Profit program today.
Farmers looking to add sustainable agriculture could get help getting grants under a new partnership. Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Country Farm Credit Services have launched a pilot program to help producers find additional sources of capital for stewardship activities. The farm credit associations are also partnering with Lasso, a grant writing service to help producers find and apply for publicly funded grants. Lasso says it has helped secure millions of dollars in funding for on-farm projects. This not only can help busy producers, but potentially take years off the grant process.
You can't have sustainability without profitability, right? And so that's something that we think about. And how can we help our customers who want to engage in some of these sustainable or stewardship type activities find more dollars for them? How can we help them? How can we help bring outside sources of capital to make some of these activities and investments make financial sense on their operation?
The pilot program is running in Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. To learn more, go to the addresses on your screen. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. Glenn Groth, a southeast Minnesota farmer and chair of Northern Soy Marketing, visited Vietnam to promote northern-grown soybean meal to manufacturers, nutritionists, and buyers. And the North Dakota Industrial Commission has put an additional $100 million into a loan program aimed at helping farmers facing operating shortfalls. We appreciate you watching AgweekTV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.